So Cloud, did you understand the ending?
Not one bit.
It's really weird making a video about how to get into a series recent game, and the very next video I make is talking about the game's flaws. But I think I felt the flaws about this game because I love this game so much. Before I start, I want to let you know this game is wonderful. This game is a long, majestic, stunning game that has a lot of high points. But those are praised enough. So today I want to talk about the lows that I personally felt.
What in the hell is going on?
The biggest part of the game. It's not flawed entirely. The game actually has a great story that spans 50 hours alone. The story is actually a ton of fun when you have played the past games and see important story moments again in more detail and better graphics. But I do have to say that the scenes with Zack are confusing and don't really serve much to the plot, and actually worse for the people who didn't play Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core or the original. If you're a Final Fantasy VII fan who has played all these games, then it's fine. It's still confusing, but we can just ignore that part and enjoy the game until chapter 13 and 14. What the fuck is going on? Like in chapter 13, what was the reason for making everyone face their worst nightmares again? I know it's before this final battle, the team has to have a I've conquered my bad moments and grew up moment. But I don't know why Cloud doesn't have that moment. Maybe because Cloud doesn't have his memory and Zack's memory, but if it's only to foreshadow that, it's a total waste of time in my mind. But chapter 13 is only the beginning. If chapter 13 was a big wave at the end, chapter 14 is like a fucking tsunami. Okay, keep in mind I'm talking out of my ass and I don't understand anything. My theory is that Zack is in a different multiverse because of the events of the first game, where Cloud and the gang got hurt and lost conscious. Then Sephiroth combined the worlds together. We saw him bringing Zack into the world that Cloud and the gang made it to the Forgotten City. Okay then, what the fuck happened to Aerith? Cloud saved her, didn't he? I think that the Whispers are the players that played the original and don't want the story to change. Every time a thing happens like it's going to alter the story from the original, these bastards show up and block it. So Sephiroth used them to change reality like Yuhaba from Bleach or some shit like that. But honestly, I don't fucking understand anything. If the third game isn't pulling off a George Lucas and explaining everything, I'll be very disappointed. The reason I get pissed off about this shit is because the developers said you could play the game without playing Final Fantasy VII Remake or the other games. I've played everything and I can barely understand it. I feel sorry for the new players that just played this game out of the blue and didn't know what the fuck is going on. If they even finished the story. Anyway, enough of the story. It is confusing, but the characters and world is the reason I like the most of the story. But chapter 14 is not over. The next reason I say this game is flawed is because of the battle layouts. Like, how could you take an outstanding battle system that you can't see anywhere else and use it like this? Stupid fights that I don't know how to tackle and have dumbass mechanics that they don't tell me about, and no reasons for there to be so many battles and missions that don't need any. The final chapter is the pinnacle of that. There are too many bosses back to back to back to back to back to back. So much that the game has to tell you this is the final one. The last boss phase is complete ass. Okay, it's my fault that I didn't know I should kill him when he's blasting two lasers while rotating and summoning ghouls beneath my feet, and a tornado is moving into my fucking face. Yeah, I'm sorry. So I failed a bunch of times and ran out of potions, but didn't want to start the boss rush from the first one again. So I left my PS5 on all night and the next day because I needed to go to school. So mind me if I'm a little pissed off. The final reason is the open world. I guess I was expecting something more than an Ubisoft open world. I thought this game would give me more than unmemorable quests and trailing missions. They aren't all bad, and some of them are quite nice, but some ugly ones spoil the bunch. So I also didn't really like the fact that you need to do all the character side quests to go on an intimate date with them. But, I guess it was worth it for the official girl!